Hey everybody, you know what time it is. It's lunchtime with the Habit Master. I'm your host, Dr. Stephanie Aldrich, and I help people change their bad habits. When you change your habits, you change your life. Today is Mommy Monday, and I want to talk to you about the one habit that you shouldn't, don't even think about it. Hey BDC, what's happening? One habit you shouldn't teach your children, and that habit is to be perfect. I know I've harped on this about this before in previous episodes, but one thing you don't want to increase is the worry, anxiety, or stress level of your child. They are inundated every day with all kinds of things. You know, they go to school, they have pressure to be, to be better and to be good at maybe sports or, maybe taekwondo or maybe, some kind of piano or instrument or, something like that, dance, some kind of activity. I know as an adult, we're all parents here. Hey, Luke. We're parents here, and sometimes we put extra pressure. We want our child to do more, to be great at something. But in reality, all we're doing is causing them stress. Everybody, especially as an adult, right? We want to do things that we like to do. We don't want our bosses pressuring us and, oh, you got to do this better and be harping on us, micromanaging us every second of the day. Don't do that to your child. Yesterday, my son Noah and I were making cookies, right? And he loves to help out in the kitchen, which I totally encourage. Hey, Nancy. I totally encourage because it's just going to help him later on when he's an adult and he knows how to make stuff for himself, right? He can control his diet. He doesn't have to eat out or worry about where he's going to get a decent meal, right? So we're making cookies for Christmas time and he's mixing up stuff, and I gave him the hand mixer and said, go to it. He knows how to do that, whatever. And I said, just be careful. Don't take it out of the bowl. Be careful when you're done with it to place it and be careful, wipe things off, because if not, it's going to make a total mess. So I turn my back, I'm mixing up some other cookie things that we're going to be making, and what happens? I hear a clunk, I hear a oh, and what happened was the beaters had fallen to the floor with the mixer. He didn't place it upright correctly, and there was cookie dough everywhere because we were creaming things, so there was like butter and all that stuff all over the place. It was on the floor, it was on the cabinets, it was on the counter, like it was just everywhere. And I looked at him, and normally I would have said, whatever, clean it up. Well, for some reason I just blew my stack, right? Because I just got done kind of cleaning up things and making things ready for us to then bake things. So I kind of blew my stack and, yelled at him a little bit, and then he was crying, went upstairs, and, when I got to think about him starting to clean up stuff, I'm like, Steph, you mess up stuff all the time, right? You make a mess when you do things. Why are you yelling at this poor kid? He goofed up, he made a mistake, whatever. It's not a big deal. You get a towel and you clean it up. So I apologized. I had him come back down. I said, can you please help me fix the rest of this stuff so that, we're ready to go. So he stopped crying and, he helped me make the rest of the cookies, right? So it got me thinking, why am I trying to have my son be perfect at making cookies, right? I make messes all the time myself. That's why you have to clean stuff up. The house is a wreck. You got to straighten it up. You have a party, it gets wrecked. You got to straighten things up. I don't want to put that type of pressure on my son. And being a parent, there's always a fine line with helping guide them, helping push them to do their best, but then also making them stressed, have anxiety, not enjoying what it is that they want to enjoy. And when it comes down to it, trying to prepare them to be a successful adult means that they're going to mess up. They're just learning. A lot of times they haven't done a lot of these things that we're trying to create habitual behaviors in them, right? that means they're going to mess up. They're going to stumble. And that's our job as parents to help them do the best that they can. But that doesn't mean that we're asking them to be perfect. So make sure that this week, that as you're going through being a parent or even a grandparent, that you have set yourself certain expectations for your kids or grandkids. Hey, Lise, that you're not necessarily being perfect, and your expectation for them, whether they're in sports or school or whatever, sometimes they're going to get a bad grade, sometimes they're going to miss a shot, sometimes they're going to lose the game. It happens. Hey, Tasso, how are you? Make sure that your expectations for them are set to where you know they're doing their best, and that they're not stressed out. They're not trying to overachieve just to please you, that they're doing it because they like it, and that they really are giving it their all. So that's it for me. Make sure that you pick up a free copy of my book. It's called The Habit Formula, A Parent's Success Equation, Kids Edition. If you're trying to learn more about creating great habits in your kids or grandkids, pick up a free copy at thehabitformulakids.com. You can also check us out on iTunes and Spotify. Look for the Lunchtime with the Habit Master episodes so you don't miss anything. And also start subscribing to my iTunes or my YouTube and my Instagram channels. Look for the Habit Master channel so you don't miss any cool videos that I post. So that's it for me today. Thanks for watching, and let's build good habits together.
Want more money? Want to get into shape? Want a loving relationship? Okay, so why don't you have these things right now? The answer is habits. Your habitual behavior and thoughts are keeping you stuck right where you are. So how to get past your habits? You've got to open your routine to different thoughts and actions. When you do this, you start to get different results. It really is that simple. But most people don't stick with the changes long enough to benefit from the results. This is where the habit formula comes into place. The habit formula looks at the origin of habits and how they form. Then it takes the next step in showing you how to hang in there long enough to see the results you want. Want to learn more? Go to thehabitformulabook.com and grab your free copy. That's right, it's free. Go to thehabitformulabook.com. Find out how hundreds of other people around the world have used the habit formula to get the results they want. You don't need to be Einstein to figure this out. Go to thehabitformulabook.com today.